So you guys hear about the rocks? Homeless ones?
Homeless rocks?
Yeah, no, so, down south, right, in Orange, they're putting these rocks down to stop the homeless people from creating this encampment, There's lots of rats. City was worried it was cause disease and crime and shit. So they're putting rocks there, getting them out, moving them out. Can't sit there anymore.
A lot of small rocks or boulders?
I don't know, actually. That's a good question. I think it's boulders. I mean, it would make sense if it was boulders, but I think there's a good merit to using boulders, and there's also a good merit to using small rocks, because if you use small rocks, you can move them, piece by piece, and it takes a long time. But if it's boulders, they probably can't move them at all.
Yeah.
Rocks?
Yeah. Yeah. There's also people protesting it, but it's not working because, they can't move boulders unless they get some, construction crews, and I think that's, a felony or something if they do.
I don't think I'm quite grasping how rocks hit homeless people?
Yeah, they're putting the rocks down to stop the homeless people from, making encampments at the riverbed. Yeah.
Like filling up the space, sort of.
Yeah, so there was this big homeless city, basically, right? Like a ton of homeless people all together, doing their thing, being homeless, doing whatever homeless people do. I don't know. And then the city basically came in with the sheriff's department and just dumped a bunch of rocks there and forced them out.
How'd they dump the rocks? Helicopter?
I don't know. Maybe a cat. Those monster cat truck things. It's pretty interesting if you ask me. I'm not really sure why they'd go out of their way to do that. I guess it was complained by the Homeowners Association or one of the universities or something like that. I don't know.
Certainly interesting.
Homeowners Association.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of this episode of what was it called? Modern Family. Reminds me of an episode of Modern Family, right?
I don't watch Modern Family.
It's a great show. You should watch it. It's absolutely hilarious. Absolutely comic genius. I recommend it. So the two gay guys, right? The two gay ones were they ran across this homeless guy, and they gave him a little bit of money, to get food or something, and then they told him you better not buy alcohol, So lo and behold, they come back the next day with their son to the park, or was it a daughter? I don't know. And then watch out. And then the homeless guy had this big bottle of whiskey, and he was just drinking it. And the one guy, I think his name is I don't know, the fat one. He goes up to him and he says hey, why'd you get the alcohol? You could have bought you could have bought food with that, and the guy's well, I needed to stay warm for the evening. And the fat guy and then the skinny guy then says, and he's the fashion designer or something like that, says well, you should listen to what my husband says because he has your best interests in mind. And then the other one, the fat one, who's actually a football coach, I think, was oh wait, shit, I left out that part. Then the homeless guy tries to fight the skinny one. So the football coach one says hey, you can't talk to my husband like that. It's overly rude and it's just mean. And then I think the scene ended. I don't really remember. It's kind of busy.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
Really good one.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to season 10. I think it's coming out pretty soon.
Season 10 already? Didn't know they made that many of them. I
I mean,
appreciate you sharing that with me.
It's a popular show. I would recommend it. I'll lend you one of my DVD box sets
No,
if
you
you
don't
want.
have to do that. It's okay.
So it's okay. I'll drop it off at your house tomorrow.
Okay. I'm not going to be home tomorrow, but sometime this week for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I don't know. Homeless people, feel bad for them, but what can I do? Can't really do anything.
You still seeing that girl this weekend?
No.
Why not?
She's homeless.
That'll do it. See, that's the problem. You know, like when homeless people are young and attractive, everyone cares about them, but no one cares about the old psychotic guys. You know, like I feel like maybe those guys should get some help too. But I understand. I understand that. I wouldn't. I wouldn't go see her either if she was homeless.
I just don't know where she is.
Or that, too. That also.
I'd love to see her.
It's a valid reason.
I'd really love to see her.
Got any more exciting anecdotes to share?
Guys, see that new Subaru commercial? No. Okay. It's a good one, I think. It really captures that, you know, the motto. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Because in the commercial, the family, I think it was a Modern Family. Yeah, it was. It was a cross commercial between Modern Family and Subaru, and they were all piling in, and because they had to go to the water park in like West Virginia or something like that. I don't know. And then they were, so they all get in like this like what's obviously supposed to be a Ford, and they can't all fit. You know, and they're like, well, what are we gonna do? And it's like, well, if you buy that car, you're not a real family. You know, because real families don't buy Fords. They don't say that, but they imply it. And then they get in the Latino ones, Subaru, and they all fit, you know. And then they drive off, which shares a good message about like, you know, multiculturalism too, because she was the only ethnic person in the family, and she gets the Subaru that helps the whole family get to the water park. So I think it was a pretty good commercial all in all. Had some nice subtext to it. Really hammering home what it means to be an American these days. Working towards a nice collective future where we all, you know, have things like, you know, where there's companies like Subaru that care about the people and really want to make sure that families stick together. I think I saw that one at it was the movie theater when we went to go see Edge of 17 with the church group.
Do you remember that? I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
By vaguely,
you weren't there though.
That's probably why I vaguely remember.
Yeah. You might have seen it on TV though. I'm sure it plays on like, you know, AMC or
I don't watch that.
CNN
don't
or Sci-Fi Network or I'd say HBO, but HBO doesn't have.
No, I do watch HBO.
Yeah. I'm sure you watch Game of Thrones on HBO too, right? It's that good one. Yeah.
No, it's
No.
not. No.
No.
It's not a good one.
Go inside.
Go inside.
Yeah.
I think I'll stay out here. Gotta make a phone call. Something.